Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin consolidates just below 38k. Let's see how much action we get on Saturday. Saturday normally a rather quiet day. Obviously yesterday we also had a quiet day. Thursday was rather quiet. Even though Bitcoin yesterday made a new 2023 high. Quite noteworthy, especially as Bitcoin reached and reacted to one of the ideal targets here on the daily time frame, $38,270, which is the 61.8 extension level of the move up that occurred between November last year and April this year. This 5-wave move to the upside. Okay, so it was so far correct to assume another high in this region, in this wave 1, and for anybody who missed it, we now have a really nice 5-wave move to the upside, measured from the 11th of September till now. So we can already see that as a nice 5-wave move. I mean, you can see that when we zoom in. Okay, so we've got a wave 1, a wave 2 as a running flat, wave 3, wave 4 was also a running flat, and then wave 5. Surely other interpretations are possible. We can even see that as a diagonal structure, which is unfolding here. Basically wave 1 as a leading diagonal. Does it make a great difference? Not really, right? Not really. There would always be different interpretations, but don't waste too many brain cells on them if it doesn't impact your trading, and it doesn't in this case. So it is still possible and would actually be quite likely on the smaller time frame to see a further extension higher. But it has obviously become increasingly probable, you could say, that we start to get this wave 2 pullback now, given that Bitcoin has made another higher high, and given that we've now reached the 61.8 extension level. Also, given the ascending trend line here that you can see on the chart, that Bitcoin so far hasn't managed to push above. I mean, all I can do really is to give you my view, which is that, yeah, looking at the microstructures, there's certainly still some scope for higher prices. When the micro support levels break, however, we take a look at that on the 1-hour time frame. Yeah, then we need to be ready that this wave 2 pullback can occur. And it could be quite fast, honestly, because what you often find, it depends on the type of correction. But if it is, for example, a zigzag correction, which a wave 2 often is, then the A wave can be quite fast. It could even be an impulse. Then we get a B wave, and then a C wave down. Okay, so that A wave can be quite aggressive. It could send us quite quickly, maybe down to 33k, roughly, just roughly, okay? Just want to make sure that you understand that, because sometimes people get surprised by these moves. And I always want to make sure that when you watch this channel, you typically don't get surprised, because it's all about highlighting the risk and the opportunities, reward and risk. And that wave 2 with the latest push higher has become certainly more likely, and the probabilities for it to occur have increased, given that we've made a new high that we wanted to see. However, if we really take a look at the microstructure, which we're going to do now, it is still it would still suggest that another high can easily occur from here. So this is the 1-hour chart. Here you can see the structure that developed off the lows here from the 14th of November lows. We have a wave 1 to the upside, a wave 2 to the downside. This wave 3 is likely still unfolding. Could it be finished? Sure, but that wave C would be a little bit short. The ideal structure is fulfilled. I mean, we have 5 waves up in, no, what was it? 5 or 3, more like 3. 3 waves up in an A wave, 3 waves down in B, and 5 waves up in C, which is what we want to see. It's just that it was a little bit short. It was a little bit shallow, right? If we compare that to the ideal fib levels that we would like to see, here between the 100% extension and the 161.8 extension, then it fell short of reaching even the minimum expectation of fib levels, okay, which is 38,760. So that could mean the C wave isn't quite finished. Sometimes a little bit difficult to see on those microstructures, but I think we have a pretty clear 5-wave move up actually. Okay, so what is another option? Another option is that this here was only the wave 1. of wave C, and we see a wave 2 of wave C next, then a wave 3 of wave C, a 4 and a 5. Basically, it would mean that this wave C sits here, wave 3 isn't finished, then we get a wave 4 after, then we get a wave 5, and it could push the entire thing a little higher. Is that what I'm primarily watching for? I'm not sure, not really, yeah, but I have to if we go down a little lower. So at the moment, I think it's still possible that we extend just more directly in this C wave. This year, I mean, it would be quite bullish short term still, because it would mean that there's still quite a long way to go, and it might send this entire wave 5 of 1 rather towards, you could say, 42K, 43K, whereas so probably more on the higher end, okay, of that spectrum. So okay, I mean, it's a possibility. Okay, so let's just label that to measure the fibs. So it is this what could happen. Again, I'm not saying this is definitely what's going to happen, but it's something I would track to allow for a deeper pullback. Okay, so what I want to avoid is that I say too early that this rally is over, but this is probably, let's say, the most short-term bearish scenario we can have, that this is a wave 2 within this scenario, okay, which is bullish, because a wave 2 can pull back quite a lot. So that means for this scenario, the invalidation would be a break below 35,680, the 22nd of November low. We can also add the support levels, but I don't really see that as very reliable setup. But here you can say that as long as we're holding 36,227, this is Fibonacci support, it is likely to see further continuation higher. $36,227. As long as that level is holding, it is likely to see continuation higher. Yeah, that's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.